Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good night. How you guys going? Good to see you all. Lefi, what up? What up? Another episode. It's a Friday today. End of the week for us in Melbourne, right? So, gonna make this short and sweet to about hopefully the 45-minute mark, but a lot to get through as usual. Good to see you all join in again. Brian, how are we doing? Uh, Sci-Fi Art, good morning. Good to see you here, my friend. Trevor, what's up? Um, Yogesh or Yogesh, how you doing? Masij McKay, hello from cold Christchurch in New Zealand. I think I've been to New Zealand once. GT, good morning. How you doing, man? I've been to New Zealand once, guys. It was the day after my parrot flew away, so I was like pretty depressed. I went for a wedding, and it was the day after my parrot flew away, so I was like so emotional. I was just, I just went for the wedding and came back. I didn't really explore it, but next time I go, I will explore. It's a beautiful place, I've heard. Dylan, how you doing? Ian, good morning, good night, lol. Yeah, man. Good night for many people. Good morning for us in Melbourne. Happy Friday. I know, Raheem. Hello from West Coast Canada. BF Martin. Hello from Curacao. Gian Rich, good to see you. Morning, Maddie. Good morning, good morning. Looking forward to some news about NFTs. Yep, got plenty of stuff to cover about NFTs, guys. Plenty of stuff. It's amazing what actually happens in 24-hour period. Mint your parrot, it won't. Mint your parrot, it won't fly away. I might. I actually might do that. Hello from the middle of the ocean, currently in the Baltic. Nice. Hi from Bulgaria, Christian. How you doing? All right, cool. Good morning. Are you still in lockdown, guys? Yes, Nassim, I am. We are. Greetings, Fudzero. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. Medikey fam. Shout out to Medikey fam. Happy Friday. Here is the link. Let me pin this. Shit. Almost reported it. Okay. Pin message. All right, it should be pinned soon. Okay. Cool. Hey Maddie, take on Dapper Dinos. Alright, gotta check them out. Sup Maddie. Honks to the moon. Adil says. Crazy. Good morning from Sydney, Johnny. Good to see you, man. Alright, let's go, guys. Let's go. No time wasting. Let's CyberKong. Is it going crazy? I actually haven't checked. But they are our friends. Now, CyberKong has partnered with Medikey to do some games together. So love to see their success. Their success is our success. But it seems I know the Genesis Kongs are going crazy. How are they doing in terms of their Kongs? 6 ETH floor. Wow. Look at this. For a while they were like 0.8. They kept building. They've got this sort of thing where you can get banana tokens now. That if you own the Genesis Kongs, then you can get banana tokens. 6.25 bananas. This guy accepted 6.25 banana. Wait, why are these people accepting bananas? Oh, right. They're accepting banana tokens, but it looks like this looked like an ETH bid, but it was a banana bid. Is that what happened here? That's kind of sad. This one went for 6.3 ETH, but it sold for 6.25 bananas, and 6.25 banana tokens are $40 each or something. They're not the $4,000 each that ETH is around about at the moment. I think that's what happened here. But hey, sad to see those bids still working, kind of scamming people. But CyberKongs going crazy. All right, let's not talk too much about CyberKongs. Got plenty of news to go through, guys. Plenty of news to go through. It was a mistake. A fellow Kong bought it and gave it back to the original Kong owner. Oh, good to know. All right, that's nice. That's nice. Paper D, what's up? Good to see you. Is this live? Says Anti. It is. It is live. I can speak to you guys. You guys can speak to me. Absolutely live. All right. A bunch of stuff to go through. Let's start with this. Anthony Hopkins, sci-fi thriller Zero Contact, gets NFT debut on Vuel with 11 blockchain-based tokens. So I think there's a new marketplace, a new film sort of marketplace called Vuela. I don't know how to pronounce it. The initial NFTs auctioned on September 24th will give 11 buyers access to the film before another 2,500 NFTs are offered in October. Vuel hopes to become a model for the future of film distribution, but digital film releases have become a contentious issue during the COVID-19 pandemic. Why? A science fiction thriller starring Anthony Hopkins, the award-winning British actor, will be the first feature film to be distributed using non-fungible tokens, taking a new route to skipping an initial theatrical release by controlling access using the blockchain-based technology. The first 11 digital copies of Zero Contact, which was shot and produced in 17 countries virtually during the COVID-19 pandemic, will be auctioned on September 24th through OpenSea, the world's largest NFT marketplace. The film will be accessible on the NFT film distribution platform called Vuel, which was established in June by the film's producer Enderby Entertainment and blockchain developer CurrencyWorks. Since NFTs are unique and offer proof of ownership, buyers will be able to not only watch the film on Vuel, but also trade or sell their copy through the platform. Crazy. Another 2,500 NFTs for the film will be offered in October, while the film will eventually appear in cinemas and on other streaming platforms. NFT buyers will get access to cast interviews and outtakes that will not be available elsewhere. We expect to achieve deep fan engagement from fans of this genre of movie or the cast and crew of the movie. We also expect to broaden the scope of NFT purchases to include movie collectors. Vuel co-founder Cameron Schell told the South China Morning Post on Monday. Bringing the whole NFT trading and collecting market into the movie space will hopefully expand both markets. Absolutely. The first winner of next week's NFT auction will also get an additional bonus, the chance to be part of the film for its theatrical release, Schell said. He did not elaborate on how or where the person would be added. That's crazy. Right. Well, I actually remember putting a tweet out last year saying, imagine if movie scenes could become NFTs. So imagine if like Transformers made each like iconic scenes, and maybe they cut like 100 iconic scenes and made them into NFTs and officially released them from Transformers. I reckon that would have value, right? I don't see why scenes can't be sold as NFTs. And looks like here we're starting off with buyers of this NFT. So it looks like it's a collector's NFT that also gives you access to watch the film 2.5 before everyone else. But to me, I would love to roll back and buy NFTs from my favorite movie scenes. Like imagine owning the Dragon Ball Z moment where Goku turns Super Saiyan 1 for the first time. It's not a movie scene, but it's an iconic scene in Dragon Ball Z, right? Or Pokemon when Charmander turns Charmeleon turns into Charizard. You know, like there's all these like iconic scenes. The nerd in me is speaking out here, but obviously there's real world movies. Transformers is one. You've got what's that called? Terminator, right? All the real iconic scenes. Like why can't they be turned into NFTs? It's basketball moments. With when NBA Top Shot went crazy, those moments for basketballs turned into NFTs. Totally can see people just being like, holy shit, wait a second. We have iconic scenes. Yeah, let's just NFT everything. And then maybe movie scenes will be like the 2022 buzz of the NFT world. I can totally see that happen. It's over 9,000. Absolutely. I would love to own that scene. I reckon that would bring a lot of collectors as well, right? And I think what also people think is they assume or they kind of think is buying NFTs to have the rights to display that NFT, or sorry, the image, or the rights to kind of monetize it. An NFT is really literally just either a collector thing or a utility thing. Utility, if they bake some utility into it and they say, okay, well, if you own these, you get early access, blah, blah, blah. But in terms of getting rights to the image or the right to the video, or being able to buy and sell the content in the video, that doesn't matter. The fact that you officially own the moment that's officially released from Dragon Ball Z as an NFT of Goku turning into Super Saiyan for the first time absolutely will have value in the Dragon Ball Z world. So I might just save all my money because I kind of think that will happen in the next year or two. Totally think it's going to happen. Okay, you guys heard it here first. Very exciting what is still to be unlocked in the NFT space. So it looks like Vuel, there's a bit over here where the film will be accessible on the NFT film distribution platform Vuel, which was established in June by the film's producer Enderby Entertainment. So it looks like they're making a marketplace for film content and blockchain developer currency work. Since NFTs are unique and offer proof of ownership, buyers will be able to not only watch the film on View, but also trade or sell their copy through the platform. It's pretty cool. So trade or sell their copy. Buying a copy as an NFT does not appeal to me. Buying a scene does. Buying a collector poster does, maybe something iconic that I can timestamp at that time. And if you know this movie becomes like the next classic, then I can see this having value, right? As a collector, that's what I would look for. But yeah, just a copy, just to be able to see it utility wise, not really feeling that. Press the live on bottom left corner of video to refresh. Someone having an issue. I can't tell, is this live? Started streaming 2 minutes ago. Should be live. It should be live. Let me know if you guys, anyone else is having issues, but let me quickly check YouTube. Okay.
10-second delay.
There's a bit of a delay. There's like a 10-second delay, which is what we would had, what we have had over the last 10 to 20 streams, 20-30 streams. So it's a bit normal. Cool. It's live and it works for you. All right. The date is just wrong. Don't worry, it will get updated soon. Yeah, the date's wrong, guys. So YouTube doesn't allow us to upload or change the image, I don't think, after 24 hours or during 24 hours. So we have to go in and wait till the date changes, the time changes, so that we can go in and change the thumbnail and the details. Alrighty. Well, definitely see movies moving into it. Good to see some traction in that front. Absolutely can see people making NFTs as movie scenes. Absolutely. And I can absolutely see myself as wanting to collect a scene. Man, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if I'm just waiting for Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon to get into this space. I don't know what they're going to do, but I hope they do something, because it's going to be epic. If one of those guys, or one like really big name IP that we all love, and are not too corrupt, get in and do some really good, well thought out NFT strategic releases, I think they could really hit a big demographic. First official NFT issued in China for 2022. Asian Games. First official NFT issued in China for 2022. Cool. So I don't know if that's saying first NFT issued for the 2022 Asian Games, or it's the first official NFT issued in China. I don't think it's the former. I think it's the latter. The Torch non-fungible token issued by 2022 Asian Games in Hangzhou, one of the first blockchain-based digital assets that was distributed by an official organization, was sold out within a second, not seconds, within a second, after being made available at Alipay's platform at 12 p.m. Thursday, underscoring the rapidly rising market for NFTs in China. Despite lingering issues regarding oversight and compliance, the 20,000 NFTs featuring the event's 3D digital torch marks the first NFT collection the organizer of the Asian Games issued in the 70-year history of the sports games. Wow. They were priced at 39 yuan, $6 each. So $6 each. And how many were there? Okay, $6 each, and was sold out via Alipay, blah, blah, blah. According to an introduction on the sales page, the Torch NFT collection will be permanently stored on blockchain, yes, and can neither be duplicated or edited, yes. An NFT is a digital asset that exists on blockchain. Unlike most digital items, which can be continuously replicated, these are uniquely identifiable digital items. Industry observers said the issuance, which is the first of its kind by a Chinese official organization, is of great significance, as it could reflect a more receptive attitude from regulators as long as the NFT trading does not involve illegal crypto trading. It could be seen as testing the waters and the attitude of Chinese regulators, depending on how companies address compliance issues. An industry insider told the Global Times on Thursday, he noted that NFTs develop in a well-regulated environment. It may also support digital yuan payment in the future, as paying with a digital currency is the essence of digital trading. Chinese companies, including Alibaba and Tencent, this year have launched their individual NFT trading platforms, but all collections, except the Torch NFTs, were issued by artists rather than official partners. Cool. China has started relatively late in terms of NFT development, and the NFT issued by 2022 Asian Games represents a major move as it shows how the blockchain application could reshape sports and entertainment industries. All right, so there's no doubt in my mind. The giveaway says hosted by invalid user. Really? Let me just quickly check that, guys. No, you should be able to get into the giveaway. The giveaway is working fine as far as we know. Let me quickly check. All right. No, the giveaway is working fine. It should be able to get you in. By the way, guys, link is pinned at the top. We're going to be giving away a Eververse NFT. Eververse is a project that we may be partnering with. We're in touch with at the moment. Basically, just go into the Discord, which is linked at the top. You click it, and you spam or you don't spam. You click it just once, and it enters you into the giveaway. And in 15 minutes, it'll spit out a winner. And Michael will get in touch with you. But it should be working fine, guys. If anything, there's some sort of you'll have to click a check mark or something, or make sure you agree with the rules or whatever. But as far as I checked last time, it looked like it worked. Yeah, I think it's working fine, right? I haven't had much issues with it before. Let me know if anyone else has any issues. In Twitter Spaces, Gary V said he thinks plasma bears are going to the moon. Any thoughts on that, Maddie? Look, at the end of the day, there are many contributors to NFTs going to the moon. One of them are the collectors themselves. Like if Gary V's in it and he's telling his 3 million followers every once in 2 weeks that plasma bears are going to the moon, well then plasma bears will go to the moon just because his awareness channels are of the tens of thousands. He tweets something and probably 100,000 people see his tweet every time he tweets something, right? So he's got the ability and the power and the influence to really push out and make anything go to the moon, to be honest. Plasma Bears was actually made by the Neon District team. Coin artist Marguerite, we're in touch with. Awesome person. She is, you guys may have seen her on Twitter. Her name is Coin Artist, but she is a true OG. Just a shout out to Coin Artist because I have been very impressed with what she has done. When I first came to the NFT scene, or the crypto scene, the blockchain scene, I didn't really know about the history of the NFT space or the history of the crypto space, right? I didn't know the history of Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. And so I was diving deep and I was like, oh, why does Coin Artist have like 30,000 followers and she's in the NFT space? How did she kind of grow that sort of a following? Obviously, people follow her for some reason. So I checked it out, and Coin Artist was one of the first persons to make a puzzle, an art puzzle. This was not an NFT back then, but it was an iconic thing. It was an art puzzle which, if solved, would have given the platform, the winner. I think like I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was like let me see, Coin Artist Bitcoin puzzle. Here you go. It was 4.87 Bitcoin. So this came out. Look, in 2015, this came out. An artist hit 4.87 Bitcoin in this painting puzzle, triggered a frenzy to solve it and claim them. So this puzzle that Coin Artist did had 4.87 Bitcoin in there, right? So I think it unlocked the seed phrase, and whoever got the seed phrase first would jump into the wallet, take that Bitcoin and claim it as the winner. So it's this very cool experiment. She locked that up, I think, in 2015, and it was 4.87 Bitcoin back then. Would have been what, a couple $100 each a Bitcoin. You know, like maybe like between $500 to $5,000. And then when someone solved it, I think it was worth like $10,000 or something crazy. But it was pretty cool, and I thought it was quite awesome, and it was a quite interesting merger of crypto art and how it kind of got people to involve in the space, and how they're merging puzzles and art and gamification to Bitcoin and crypto and all this sort of stuff. So I thought it was extremely cool what happened there. So this same person that made this ended up making Neon District, which is an early game that they launched, I think, in 2019, and also Plasma Bears and a bunch of different stuff. So Coin Artist and her team, Ben and a bunch of others, they actually went ahead and created a suite of of games, and Plasma Bears was one of the very early sort of projects for it. So that's what Gary Vee found recently, and that's what I think it's kind of picked up a little bit. Let's see how it's done. Plasma Bears. Plasma Bears. There's only 1,500 of them, and what are they? They're going for. They're not. They picked up recently. I think that tweet by Gary just went. They went from like not being on the map at all to being like, holy shit! Wait a second, we should grab some. They did 2,300 Ethereum in volume in one day. In one day, this seemingly dead project that was doing $1,000 a day in volume, if not $500 in dollars a day in volume, suddenly did $7 to $8 million in daily transaction volume. It's dropped down a little bit. I think if you're a true collector in Plasma Bears, or you truly see like the you truly see some value in this, then yes. I do know that some very early artists like Xcopy and maybe some few others did some parts of this Plasma Bears, so I think that may have value. Long term, I think you're betting on coin artists, you're betting on history, so these being significant in 2019 or whenever they were first minted. Let's kind of expand this to all time. There we go. So they're pretty much, I mean, there wasn't much going on, right? Like, look at this. In between July 27th and September 23rd, in between 6 months, there's like only one sale. That's what that graph looks like. So these guys launched on March 2019. March 2019. All right. Yeah. Do I think they have longevity? I'm not sure. I think it's a bet on coin artist and history. So this was, like I said, March 2019. All right. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. This is, again, back to this. I think this is really cool. I think the fact that you can now, China's slowly getting online, and I guess this made the history in the sense of this is one of the first official organizations in China to release an NFT. So it gives you an indication that they seem to be favorable of what NFT technology can do. We know that China has been somewhat harsh on Bitcoin and crypto, not very clear on whether it's a permanent thing that they will allow, decentralization, blah, blah, blah. But NFTs, if it means unlocking collectability and a digital marketplace and basically transacting digital goods, why not, right? I don't see why any country should be opposed to this. So this is kind of what I guess this article was saying, is that the government seems like they're favorable on some level of exploring with NFTs. And if China goes online with NFTs, then holy shit, it's going to get crazy, right? I think India is probably going to get online in the next 2 to 3 years. I think all these major countries will come online, and then suddenly, I think CryptoPunks are probably going to go crazy because they're going to be like, oh shit, we want some CryptoPunks and all these other NFTs. So holding my QR cards, I wish I held my 8 punks, but I didn't. I flipped them to 20 ETH, and I was like, yeah, I made 10 ETH profit each. But now looking back, dumbass me, I should have just held them. But yes, these historical NFTs that seemingly started everything, man, they are such a stronghold. No one can change history. We have a digital artifact that are timestamped, guys. This is like finding a physical painting from 200 BC, and you have it there, and this thing only gets more valuable in time. Or maybe from the 1920s, this famous artist, he did something, or even any artist, right? You just got something, not from the 1920s, let's say from the 1600s, and time is just going to make it more and more valuable. So with NFTs, you've got something more valuable. You got something that's like time stamped, and that NFT is scarce, and it can only become more desirable in time. So although there's a big part of me that wants to flip these NFTs and do all that sort of stuff, I was like, screw that, Maddie. You need to just accumulate and hold these goddamn NFTs until this space like 1,000x's in terms of its user base. So we still have so much space to grow, with different countries still learning and different collectors coming on board. And one other thing with NFTs and crypto is it allows global investments, right? It allows global participation of people from any country with any currency to get the currency of the marketplace. In this case, it's Ethereum. In China's case, it looks like it was the yuan. I think they're doing like a blockchain version of it. But yeah, it's allowing like global participants. So not only are you buying and selling Pokemon cards, back in the day you'd buy and sell Pokemon cards at your school and your school friends, and it'd be localized to that area, but you're buying and selling NFTs globally. And so there's a massive market that will come in from all parts of the world to check it out. So if you have something that's scarce and you think something is iconic for that moment, or an artist that you think will be desired by thousands, if not millions of people at some point, I would just hold that for a very, very long time. All right, Rugby League World Cup launches the sport's first NFT marketplace. New NFTs will celebrate the RLWC's history and star players. England-based tournament set for November 2022 after recent postponement. The delayed Rugby League World Cup has launched the sport's first ever non-fungible token marketplace through a new partnership with blockchain company New Arca. The new Rugby League NFT platform will offer fans access to digital collectibles celebrating the tournament's history, most decorated players, countries, and memorable moments. Jonathan Neal, the tournament's commercial director, said, "We believe the launch of our NFT marketplace partnership is a first of the sport of rugby league." Cool. Rugby League 2021 NFTs will provide fans with an opportunity to show their passion and loyalty for the sport, and alongside collectors, give them the chance to own a piece of rugby league history. The 2021 tournament was originally scheduled for the autumn, but has been postponed until 2022. I think after NBA Top Shot did their thing, I can't see why every sports brand in the world would not be looking at doing something with the NFT space. I know that they are. I know that ICC reached out to me personally and people in this space because they wanted a strategy, and they also might do something for this year's cup or maybe the next year's cricket cup. But I know that every sports organization is looking to do something in the NFT space. NBA Top Shot basically went on to do, like over $500 million in NFT sales in less than a year. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a big deal in the coming years. NFTs are probably going to represent anything. So from film to sports to finance, it's just it's crazy what we're going to get into. Navty, nifty news. Navty launches naughty NFT site. Dutch DJ pushes limits of physical NFTs. Navty has launched an erotic themed NFT marketplace, while Divine Art is tracking down art theft on NFT marketplaces. This is such a mixed headline. What is going on here? Navty has launched an erotic themed NFT marketplace, while DeviantArt is tracking down art theft on NFT marketplace, and the Rugby League World Cup is dropping NFT collectibles. All right, let's break this down. Let's start with this. All right, Navty has launched an erotic themed NFT marketplace. Navty, a blockchain firm that produces decentralized, not safe for work platforms, such as OnlyFans competitor Navty.tv, I hesitate to open that link, launched an erotic themed non-fungible token marketplace dubbed Navty Art. I really like that name. On Thursday, Navty aims to provide a platform for erotic artists and adult content creators to promote and sell their tokenized works without fears of being removed of their accounts, shadow banned. It may also give some NFT proponents an excuse for outlaying large sums of money on not safe for work content. The announcement reads, erotic artists and adult content creators have been struggling for some time to get their work prominently featured on mainstream NFT marketplaces. A lot have found their work is removed as it contains nudity, or at best they are shadow banned, with potential buyers unable to see their work. Okay, Navty is also promoting the platform as a way to generate an additional revenue stream outside of the subscription model, and noted the move was brought on by OnlyFans' recent policy controversy. Fans reverses decision to ban porn after assurance from banking partners, in which it announced plan to ban adult content before it revoked the decision. This way of content monetization was boosted by the recent announcement from fansite OnlyFans regarding their policies on explicit content. Anyway, bottom line, I think it's just a matter of time until the adult industry moves into the NFT space. One of the biggest industries on the internet in the world. I don't see why. One, I'm very surprised that they were this late Two, I'm pretty sure they're gonna go online, and if there's gonna be one, if there is a excited collector base, I would say it would come from the not safe for work industry, right? The adult industry. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a big one now. I am not going to participate in that, so just some news for you guys. If you want to go do some collecting there, go for it. But looks like there is definitely some momentum in that space. All right. Let's keep going, guys. There's another one here. DeviantArt, the DeviantArt uses AI to track token art theft. DeviantArt, if you don't know what it is, DeviantArt, but it's basically like a massive art. I don't think it's a marketplace. Is it a marketplace? I think it's just like a massive platform where people share their art, and it's kind of like an Instagram sort of thing. And people can have their profiles, so you can see like this guy, what he's got. All right, he's made this, and you can see buy secret of this person, and you can see his gallery, and I guess you can grow a profile of your art, etc., etc., etc. Right? So DeviantArt is now using AI to track down token art theft, with copycat NFT projects in the news and outright art theft also appearing to be an issue. DeviantArt has quietly expanded its artificial intelligence software to spot theft on NFT marketplaces. DeviantArt launched its AI-based image recognition tool to spot copyright infringement on its own platform in July. However, earlier this month, it expanded the scope to ERC-721 and ERC-1155 tokens, both NFT standards. The program is called DeviantArt Protect, and it appears to be helping some users. Okay, huge shout out to DeviantArt for this new feature. It notifies you when your work has been used as an NFT, and it actually works. So basically, you get pinged. DeviantArt Protect has detected a similar NFT. Our image recognition software has found an NFT similar to your deviation. Barguest Gwent card. This NFT is located on a public blockchain outside of DeviantArt and may be listed for sale on one or more NFT marketplaces. If your art has been used without permission, we suggest contacting those marketplaces to have it delisted. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I guess like those artists are being pinned when someone is using your art as an NFT. And you can see it blew up here. 11,000 likes. Jeez. Needless to say this, it's not me. Would you guys care to take it down? So let's see what OpenSea did here. Looks like they didn't take it down. So can you actually buy this? Make an offer. Listings, offers about Rarible. So this is listed on a Rarible. So this is not on OpenSea. Yeah, I think this is listed on Rarible, but it's picked up by OpenSea. Mintable collection. Yeah. I can definitely see people or artists basically ripping art and selling them on Rarible and other marketplaces, which is not their art at all. That's why you got to be a little bit concerned on, a little bit hesitant, and do your bit of research to make sure that it is the legitimate artist releasing their art. Because if it isn't, well, then you bought something that will turn to zero pretty quickly if once everyone else figures it out. But that's kind of interesting. Let's kind of read what else people said about it. The fact that artists even need to worry about the rights of your art being stolen is disheartening. Selling NFT rights for art someone posted for free on their Twitter is such is disgusting. Artists have always had their IP stolen. 15 years ago, a friend found out a trendy retail chain ripped off her photo, sold it on t-shirts. She couldn't afford to sue, nothing she could do about it. NFT space is in a wild state right now, but the tech itself is really good for artists, correct? All right. What else do people say? Great to hear that it works. That's such a great feature. Kind of sucks it's core only though, DX. Non-core users will still get it right. So core users, it looks like people that are registered to their upgraded servers, I think. It looks like, IP infringing or artists taking, like, ripping art and selling them on t-shirts and all that sort of stuff and canvases has always been a thing. So yeah, see, this is just the start. It being an NFT isn't really selling the rights of it, but it's definitely selling a collectible art piece from the artist, which it isn't in many cases. So we'll have to see how the NFT space kind of solves this issue. It's quite tough to, because anyone can technically mint an NFT using blockchain, whether they do it through OpenSea or Rarible, doesn't matter. GT says, I dealt with this every day in the fine art printing game. There you go. Deviant. Deruish is correcting me. It's deviant art. I will say that. Deviant. Deviant art. I have to read that as deviant. Deviant. All right, let's make sure I get that right. Moving on. Our boy Nate Chaston from OpenSea, looks like he has recently left or been let go past OpenSea. Before he used to say working at OpenSea and product manager of OpenSea, etc., etc., etc. It is a pretty tough day for Nate. You know, having insider knowledge and making moves on that knowledge is a big deal to the industry. But Michael was just mentioning this morning of how awesome the industry is in terms of the technology, on how you can actually look at the blockchain and pull this stuff out into the public and say, wait a second, something fishy is going on around here, right? The fact that you can do that with blockchain kind of makes you think, like in the real world, when blockchain is not involved, how much of this sort of insider trading goes on when some big news is going to come out. Stock prices, how do they go up before the news comes out? Surely there's some dodgy stuff going on in there, right? The fact that blockchain can bring this to light, or else we would never have known that this stuff would have happened, is a testament to the transparency of blockchain, right? So Nate Chaston looks like he has passed OpenSea, so like he's lost his job or something. Don't really want to talk too much about this, because I'm sure like Nate's probably going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. He's got his slap on the wrist. It's a big slap. It's, you know, if you search, like if you literally search NFT news, then most of the stuff you get is pretty much the OpenSea stuff. NFT trader OpenSea bans insider trading after employee rakes in profit. OpenSea product chief accused of flipping NFTs with insider information. OpenSea NFT marketplace claims employee profited from insider information. Like, he's got his fair share of being dunked on, really, because I don't think I'm not sure who's going to employ him now, knowing that he's gonna, like, connecting up with him will bring a lot of the negativity, and you know, it's kind of sad for him. Mostly it is for the industry, but it mostly is for him. So don't want to really talk too much about it. I hope him and everyone else gets better at the NFT industry. Anything else we were gonna go through? Just maybe a few different things. I made a couple of tweets. I'll answer some of your questions soon, guys. So a couple of minutes. I can't imagine people renting NFTs like art, 10K avatars, etc. until we're quite immersed in a virtual world. Renting to change a Twitter pic, probably not. Renting to go to a VIP Ape Punks Cat Club as the rarest one in its 3D avatar form. I can see that. There's not much of a rental market that I know of for NFTs as a whole. I guess you can call like the Axie scholarship market being rented. Like, people are renting technically these Axies to play games and winning cryptocurrency. So yes, for that. But in terms of display, I don't think people will rent a punk for a day. I know some people have done it, but I don't think there's a mass market for people renting apes and stuff for a day to just put it as the profile pic, because the whole concept of it is ownership, right? But I can see people going to like Decentraland and renting the rarest punk and then rocking up in Decentraland as the rarest punk to get access to a punk party where you have to have a punk to open the door, and then rocking up as an alien punk, and everyone being like, oh cool, this guy's got the alien punk. Kind of like how people rent Ferraris, right? I kind of see maybe that having a bit of a market. If not, maybe people, once cars and weapons and all this sort of stuff in the virtual world will become a thing, I can see that being rented. So I can see rental markets for NFTs as access and ID, other utility driven like virtual land game items. So virtual lands as well, I can see those being rented. There are some people working on rental platforms. I think someone posted here a couple of rental platforms. there are, and I know for a fact there is some rental platforms being worked on. Smokes, Ocean, Krypton. Anyway, I'll let you guys take a look if you want to, but I think someone DM me about a rental platform that they're working on. And yeah, I think renting will be a thing. I just don't think it'll be people wanting to change the Twitter profile pic. All right. What is this? I don't even know why I opened this. Satoshi. What's going on here? The riskiest time to invest. So this is another tweet I'll go through, and that's pretty much it from me on the webpage. But the riskiest time to invest in an NFT project is at launch. So basically, when it's day one of an NFT project launching, that's usually the riskiest time, right? You don't know if this team is legit. They're mostly still anon. You don't know if they're committed. Maybe they'll disappear with their Discord communication in 2 weeks after they receive their millions of dollars from their NFT project. You don't know how their leadership is, but 6 to 12 months down the line, and I know that's kind of a long time, but 3 to 5 months, 6 months down the line, if they can continuously see sales happening, then not just continuous sales happening, but also like the developer team and the community continuing to add value, then it's a less riskier time to invest, right? Maybe at launch you could have got them at 0.08 Ethereum, but the thing is, like, if you were to go into 10 different launch projects and one of them turned to be profitable, then the other 9 would have been a waste of money, right? So at this point in time, it's probably still profitable to do that, just to spread your wealth around, and hopefully one will hit, just because there's not many projects out there. There's still a lot of demand, but once there's like thousands of projects launching every single day, then the risk of getting into a single project will be quite high. It's easier and less riskier to invest 6 to 12 months down the line when there's a bit of a dip in prices. And someone asked the question, how do you differentiate between a dip and a post peak? And I put out a random graph here. I'm not even going to say which project it is. But basically you can see what happens here. So there's a bit of a hype process, then there's a die down after 2 weeks. There's another hype process, and then another die down, another hype process, and another die down. So you can see these hype cycles, yes, they are coming. But each time it drops, you can see the line here, it is finding a new floor. So the average price is going up. So this is the space of 3 months, maybe 3 to 4 months. So riskiest time to invest is probably right at the start. This is just a 90-day average, so it would have been right at the start. But yeah, a less riskier time would have been this, right? So you saw some interest. So after the hype, okay, the hype happened somewhere down here. That's cool. Bit of dead stagnancy. Then you saw some hype. Then it went down. You saw another hype. This would have been a definite from me. I think this is where I invested. I invested here because I was like, oh, wait a second. There's hype like 3 times now. It's a good. There's some fundamentals here at play as well. There's a lot of in the 90 days, it's done 27,000 ETH in volume. It's an OG project, blah, blah, blah. So the other things I have to check out. But the graph tells me that, there's some better times to invest after the hype cycle, because I feel like this kind of proves that the hype will come again. I mean, why wouldn't it? It's proven to come 4 times now for different reasons. Why wouldn't it come again? That is Curio Cards. Yeah, it looks like World of Women, looks like this and that. It is Curio Cards, guys. But there's multiple projects that do this, right? There's multiple projects that actually do this. But this is a sort of graph that I like to see. All right, there's hypes in every project, but I like to see the consolidation phase, still see sales happening. I kind of went through Curio Cards yesterday, so I'm not going to go through too much of that today. But just some data and graphs and how that kind of gives us some better timing in terms of investing. If you were to pick up, say you bought a Bored Ape for 0.08 Ethereum, or you bought it at 4 Ethereum. Okay, say you bought it at 4 Ethereum. If it went to 60 Ethereum, would you complain at the fact that you could have bought it at 0.08 instead of the 4? Maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, you still walked away with 36 Ethereum. Sorry, if it went to, let's say it went to 40 Ethereum, you would have walked away with 36 Ethereum instead of 39.2, right? You still would have been, it's a higher multiple, right, to get it early, but it's still a decent chunk of profit. But you would have secured yourself. It would have been an easier investment decision, right? A less of a riskier one. So if you only have 20 ETH to play with, it's better to put them, in my opinion, in projects that give an indication as to something more happening down the line. Now, That doesn't come to say that there's some projects that are awesome that will go on to do really well right at launch. Like Mechaverse looks really good. Akira looks really good. I'm sure there'll be some games that will get a lot of hype, and if you can go in at the pre-sale because there's so much demand, and you can get something because there's like a lottery process, and you end up winning, and you get that, then yes, absolutely. But going in where you don't know what's going to happen, a little bit risky unless you truly believe in the concept. And buy the dip, probably a better strategy, but still a risk. Also can't be flipping. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we are in a risky place, guys. This is the riskiest place on the internet in terms of investing right now. NFTs are completely new. You don't know what the heck, like a lot of newbies don't know what they're doing. And you don't know what the future is going to hold for the industry, right? Like I'm personally very confident. I'm sure many others are as well, and there's a lot of signs of longevity and confidence. But at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. Like the other day, Solana, the blockchain network, I think it went down for like 17 hours. Right? The whole network went down for 17 hours. No one could mint, no one could take out anything. It was unusable, and it was just dead for 17 hours. Imagine hypothetically if that happens to Ethereum, right? If Ethereum goes down as a database for a long time, suddenly you're gonna ask the question, like, what happened to my NFT, right? Is it worth anything? What happens to Ethereum? Ethereum will probably drop in prices, but I'm pretty confident that won't happen. Risks being maybe when supercomputers come out and then hacking becomes easier because there's some tremendous firepower behind hackers, then then we can kind of worry about it. But there are, at the end of the day, there are risks in everything. NFTs absolutely have those risks, especially the early ones right now. All right, guys, a couple of questions from you guys. Da Vinci, my #1 likes fanboy. Thank you so much, man. Let's get 70 likes, guys. 14 to go. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, just smash that likes button. We'll get a few more people in here by the end of the stream. Looks like someone won our Discord giveaway. So congratulations to Here for Girls. Right, okay, that's a nice username, but congratulations to you. You have won yourself a Eververse NFT, guys. An Eververse NFT. Here, okay, I'll bring it over here. So congrats to Here for Girls from Eververse. This is what we're giving away. If you guys haven't seen Eververse, I bought like 50 of them randomly. I don't think they've got that much traction. I just like the fact that you can do something with your NFTs. Oh, 0 remaining. They've all been claimed now. That's crazy. Very interesting. So now you can actually use these NFTs that you can get as avatars. You can actually use them in a game. Isn't that cool? Like, I'm totally down for people exploring the further use case for what you can do with your NFTs. So I'll be giving away one of these to whoever won that. So you'll be getting an Eververse NFT. I randomly bought these. There's 50 of them. I randomly bought them, and I'll just give one away. I think I've given a couple away. But excited to see what more projects do with avatar NFTs dropping in the space. All right, guys, pretty much done. Pretty much done. Hey, Maddie, would you like to do a weekly live stream segment where you look at our NFT collections and rate them? Perhaps tell us what can be improved. Like random NFT collections, yeah, I can do that. The flashback, I want, please. Would owning one land be worth it on Sandbox, or you need multiple to be worthwhile? Just to be invested, I don't see why not. If Sandbox as a whole gets more desirable, then yeah, I can see. And also, Sandbox land is much bigger than Decentraland land and other lands. They've got a massive landscape you can do. We got 72 likes. Awesome. Thanks, Da Vinci, for pushing that. You're the best. Yeah, 71 likes. Thanks, guys. Thoughts on WWE NFTs? John Cena NFT is cool, and doing a physical merch drop on the 20th for holders. I think early WWE will be valuable, especially the first, which I hold, by the way, The Undertaker. Absolutely, guys. I think so. And I'm saying this from someone that doesn't own any of them, which should have bloody bought them a while ago. But WWE NFTs, like, this is official WWE NFTs. Floor price at the moment is, so The Undertaker bronze out of 661, 0.05 Ethereum. They aren't getting much traction at all, right? I'm not going to say that they are the most active, but I can't see why, if WWE continue to sell NFTs, why the early one, the first ones, wouldn't be worth much. 0.06. Looks like this is 0.06. The Undertaker Bronze Modern 292 out of 661. There's a bunch of them over here. This is so I think Undertaker's collection was the first, right? It looks like there's a John Cena one now. This one is a John Cena NFT. What even is this? John Cena SummerSlam 2021 gold 47 out of 500. Cool. Although I would have actually liked John Cena himself in the NFT. That would have been even cooler. There's 660 of them, of these Undertaker ones. What about this one? There is 907 of those. Wow, okay. Quite a lot. I like to just get NFTs that are grounded in something, guys. So grounded in a brand, grounded in history, because it's the first, grounded in a great character, in the art style. So I'm a big fan of Undertaker. I don't see why I wouldn't buy this. I haven't yet, but I just haven't had the time to. I'd love to set up a meeting with you to discuss my project, looking to find a developer for my website. Any help is appreciated. Feel free to DM me, Joe, on Twitter. Read about merch. All right, let's read about the merch. Good idea. I think it says in the property here, John Cena limited edition NFT with a merchandise box personally curated by John Cena, which includes t-shirt, individually numbered with a sewn on label, hat wristband, I can't even read this, hat wristband set, towel signed printed piece based on t-shirt art, 24x36 poster, ships with box, exclusive mini version of his signature title. Note all physical utilities transferred to whomever owned the NFT token at 12 a.m. UTC on Monday, September 20th. Please reach out to nft@wwecorp.com for redemption. Very cool. Very cool. There's only 500 of these, it seems. They obviously all sold out. There's only 1,700 results. Edition properties. How do we just filter John Cena? The lowest one of these is 0.8 Ethereum. Wow. There's only 5 of these for sale. Maybe you can get them from, were they sold originally from the website, or were they sold on a website? That's crazy. Out of 500, there's only 5 listed for sale. That's pretty low, right? Very interesting. Let's see how the activity is. It looks like they've gone from 0.38, 0.29, 0.25. That was 9 days ago. 0.5, 0.4. Interesting. Yeah, well, not many sales at all. Like on the secondary market, I guess everyone's kind of holding them for the drop, right? All right. What do I think about Galaxy Eggs? I have not looked at it. Crypto Dads. Let's quickly check out Crypto Dads. Crypto. I think Crypto Dads saw a bit of a boom recently. 7 minutes ago, 17 minutes ago. Cheapest Crypto Dad is 1.9 ETH. This resonates with me because I just recently became a dad. But it kind of showed me a little bit about how there's different appeals to different demographics. You get a different Crypto Dad. This guy's got a lightsaber. This looks very similar to me of what I'd look like at 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm out there taking care of my daughter. This guy's got really sleepy eyes. This guy's got tattoos. This guy's got an eye patch for some reason. Yeah, I really like the art style, but I think there's a DAO as well. So Crypto Dads is a 10,000 randomly generated and unique art pieces carefully chosen by some of the greatest dads themselves. Each dad found themselves in the midst of a midlife crisis and fell into the dark abyss of shit coins and expensive JPEGs of rocks. Some made it out with diamonds, others never recovered. Join us on our journey and experience the thrill. Blah, 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 blah. Having a Crypto Dad grants you 100% creative and commercial rights. You earned it, champ. Okay. Sold out. Love the art. Who are we? Each dad. Yep. Join us. A midnight launch party at GameStop. Having a Crypto Dad grants you 100% Commercial rights, yes. Anything else? Is there like who made these? I want to know who actually made this. Pretty basic merch. The founders are fully doxxed. Great. Anthony J. Anthony J on Twitter. Entrepreneur e-commerce, dedicated my life to NFTs. #1 dad founder. Awesome. So we got a docs team, guys. I love that. I love that there's a public team. J Crypto, co-founder of True NFT Layer, should be 100% working for Disney. Low-key super artist and designer. Looks like she doesn't have Twitter. Twitterless. J Crypto. Got a Bored Ape Yacht Club 4560, co-founder of Crypto Dad. So just another co-founder. I like the fact that they're public. They're going to keep building for it. I don't know exactly what their background is. Are they blockchain native? Are they do they know how to? Are they tech people? Are they artists? But yo, interesting to see when there's an NFT project that appeals to a certain demographic. It does well. I was going to buy until I saw the Eastern Eye trait. I was kind of offended. The Eastern Eye trait. I didn't see that from Crypto Dads.
Go like a caricature of some tiny eyes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? I didn't even see that. Let me just quickly bring it up. That one there. Okay. Yeah. It is yeah, you know, these avatar projects in some cases have rolled some really interesting combinations. I think there was one that got in trouble in the very early days. It was the university. It was the crypto university club or something like that, and they had like you could have rolled a trait with a woman with sagging eyes and you know I think mouth covered and everything, and so like you got to be really careful with these avatars. I think it is, you know, if you want to appeal to everyone, but you got to take into account everything else. Spells of Genesis, please. Can you check the dudes first code generated PFP and interactive? The dudes. I mean, that is a very basic name, I have to say, but 864 volume traded. The dudes are the first interactive social avatar NFT series. They are generated by code. No designer worked on this. No one actually drew these. It's just some code that generates some random ugly dudes. To see this magic, click one of them and play with your dude. I'm kind of scared what this means. Hey, that's cool. I'm a fan. What is wow. Go for 7 ETH each. So that's crazy. I reckon these look like they're doing really well. They're going for 2 ETH each a month ago. Now they're going for 7 ETH each, and they're still being like 1, 2, 3, 6 to 7 sales in a day. The cheapest one being, so what are they first at doing? The first interactive social avatar NFT series. Okay, they are generated by code. So a code generated these. And they're interactive, meaning you can move your thing and it'll follow you. The first interactive avatar series. Oh, whoa, what happened there? You can right click on it, or you can click on it. Oh shit. You can spam click on it. That's too cool. You see what happened?
Yeah.
I like it. This is really cool. So a code did this. It's pretty interesting. No idea. It click A, it freezes. Yeah. I'm just spam. I'll click A, like the letter A. Can you click? I don't think I can click anything. I'm gonna be able to stake them as well. Okay. Can you check Holy Primes? Spam click A. Spam click A.
You mean spam click and then hit A while it's like.
Oh, right. I see. Okay. Well, bottom line, I think we've got to break OpenSea, but it's pretty cool. Check arcade NFTs. All right, we'll check that one. You'd love interactive hen NFTs, Navty. I probably would. Okay, let's check out arcade NFTs, and we'll also check out. Someone mentioned something else. Okay, let's just quickly check out arcade NFTs. Arcade NFTs. Oh, is that it there? Arcade NFT. 5,600. Oh, first of all, like the fact that there's only 512 of these dudes, if there's any volume that comes in because they're so scarce, that's what's gonna see the value go up. I might. That's quite interesting. Arcade NFTs. Yeah, I saw these. I actually saw these the other day. What are they actually like? Can you actually play games? So by combining interactive games with amazing platforms from both new talented artists, renowned collectors, and famous brands, we aspire our series of collectibles to be fun and unique and addictive to play. So it looks like you can actually play the game. Can you actually play the game when you upload it to your land or something? Use WASD keys to control your alt. Yo, don't tell me I can play this game right now. Oh my god, you can actually play this game. What? Oh my god, you can actually play this game. That's crazy. Like, I'm actually controlling this right now. That is crazy. All right. That is cool. I had no idea you can actually do this with NFTs. Like, you can actually upload games. I'm gonna playing Pac-Man. Oh wait, I just got eaten. Okay. That is really cool. Did not know you could do that. Did not know at all you could do that. That is cool. I might explore that with the meta key, because the fact that you can give games as NFTs. Okay, is that like, that's got to be like the first game thing in the NFT world, like an image that's actually a game, right? Arcade NFT, a disruptive 3D art and gaming studio. We produce unique NFTs in collaboration with artists, brands, and crypto protocols. For our second drop, we're releasing playable retro classic games. That is cool. That is cool. Look, this is my kind of thing, guys. I'm a game guy. Okay, getting images of avatars is cool, but you know, interactive stuff, games, getting me immersed into this NFT. Those are the sort of NFTs I really, really will collect. Let's see, what's the price on these? 319 ETH volumes. 0.04 Ethereum floor. Price low to high. By the cheapest one is what, 0.03. I don't see why I wouldn't buy some of these just to yeah, I mean, they're pretty damn cheap, right? Let's see, I want to play another game now. Let's see if I were to click Coin Boy. I just want to test another game out. So WASD to play this one as well. Okay, so they're all Pac-Man style games.
Yeah, they're all Pac-Man with price.
Got it. They're all Pac-Man with different characters. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, that is a very interesting thing we can do. Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about NFTs, right? You can learn about what others are doing. Not all of them are Pac-Man. Template 2 is a game. Okay, cool. Let me see if there's another one that's not non-Pac-Man. This one? Token Hunter. Owned by Scummy. Okay, this one is also a Pac-Man. Maybe this one? Check out Holy Primes was free, now 3 ETH. God, what is this place even becoming? Please have a look at Apes 3D, check Genesis. I think I've like seen at least 4 or 5 of these. All right. Okay, real quick, guys. Last one, we will check out Holy Primes. Oh, Gen 0 is pinball, right? So the different generations. My bad. Okay, let me just quickly check out Holy Primes, which surprisingly, like I saw people with calculators as a newsfeed, and I was like, what is even going on here? People are collecting prime numbers. People are collecting prime numbers as NFTs. All right, guys, that's pretty much it from me. Thanks for joining me today on the stream. And we'll keep doing more of this. It is the weekend for me soon, so it is Friday. This is the last one for the week. We'll catch up with you guys on Monday, and it's cool. I love finding projects like these. If you guys can bring projects like these where there's something special about them, I don't really want like the next Avatar project, unless it's doing something very visibly, either it's in a game or it is a game or something. Then we'll deal with it then, right? All right, guys. Take care, and I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Take care.